as you can see. So we'll consider our this main table and we apply the we apply the Modi method now. What is Modi method? Okay, before we apply Modi method, the first thing is you must note that there are m plus n minus 1 number of basic variables. M means number of rows, n means number of columns. So 3 plus 4 minus 1, that is 6 basic variables must be there. And as you can see here also there are 6 basic variables. If it is not so, then your solution is called a degenerate solution and we cannot proceed further. Means one of the basic variables, suppose we have got only 5 yellow circles or 5 basic variables, that means still one cell is to be occupied using some value and that should be taken as a basic variable, and such a solution is called degenerate solution. That is a special case which will handle later on, not present. We will consider this as a non-degenerate solution. Means all basic variables are there. We have 6 basic variables. So we can now proceed with the Modi method. The first step in the Modi method is to find shadow variables. Now this means we have to assign UIs and VJs to rows and columns. Then taking any one of these UI or VJ as 0 and find the values of the remaining using the formula Cij is equal to Ui plus Vj. As you know, Cij is the cost value from OI to Dj. OI means origin OI and Dj means demand center Dj. And this we do only for occupied cells. Occupied cells means the cells in the transportation table with the yellow circles. They are basic variable cells. So use this formula only for occupied cells in the table. So these are the occupied cells you can see on your screen. Only for these cells we have to use that formula Ui plus Vj. So first let us name the set of variables for the different rows. So I am assigning U1, U2 and U3 to the 3 rows and V1, V2, V3, V4 to the 4 columns. So first assign the variables. Now next target is to find the values of this variable, shadow variables. These are called shadow variables. To find shadow variables, as we have written, one of the value of Ui or Vj should be taken as 0. Generally, to make the calculation simple, we select the variable which contains more basic variables in that row or column. In other words, if there is a more number of yellow circles are present, we consider that corresponding variable to be 0. Here U1 for example, it contains only 2 basic variables. The first row contains 2 basic variables, but the fourth column, this column contains 3 basic variables. So I will take this V4 equal to 0. Okay, as you can see it is blinking. V4 is taken as 0. So if one of the values is taken 0, then we can find the remaining values of UIs and VJs using that formula Cij is equal to Ui plus Vj only for occupied cells. That means only for cells containing basic variables or yellow circles. Just use yellow circles to find the values of Ui and Vjs. Now let us find the first one. Here V4 equal to 0. So it is easy that we find these 3 values first. First I will find the value of U1. For finding U1, what is the method or what formula we should be applied? U1, this is U1 plus V4 equal to C14. You can see here the calculation is shown in that yellow corner. C14 is equal to U1 plus V4. C14 is the cost value, that is 10 here. Okay, U1 it is not known, that we want to find. V4 it is 0. So U1 plus 0 is equal to 10. So U1 is equal to 10. So now I will write U1 is equal to 10. So this first calculation is over. Now let us find U2. To find U2 I will use again this occupied cell. That cell is 2, 4. So the formula for this particular calculation will be C24 equal to U2 plus V4. What is C24? It is 60. So I have written 60 here. U2 is not known to us and V4 is 0. So U2 plus 0 is equal to 60. Hence U2 is equal to 60. So I will assign 60 to the variable U2. So this step is also over. Now let us find U3. For finding U3, as now you can see C34, this is the cell which we are using, which is occupied cell. C34, which is 20, U3 is not known, V4 is 0, so U3 plus 0 is equal to 20, so U3 will be 20. So all UIs are calculated now. Now we calculate the value of V1, V2, V3, V4. V4 is 0 already, so only remains to calculate this V1, V2 and V3. Okay, let us go to V1. To calculate V1, I have to use this particular cell because it is occupied cell. According to our rule, just use occupied cells only for calculation of UIs and VJs or computation of UIs and VJs. So for this, it is the cell number 1, 1, C11 is equal to U1 plus V1. So C11, that is the cost value, which is 19, U1 is 10 and V1 is not known. So V1 is equal to 19 minus 10. Take this 10 on this side. So V1 becomes 9. So we will write 9 here, the value of V1. So this step is over. Now we calculate V2 using which cell? The yellow circle cell, this one. Okay, what is that cell? 3, 2. So in the cell 3, 2, the formula will be C32 is equal to U3 plus V2. Okay, what is C32? 8, this black 8. U3, it is 20. V2 is not known. So 8 is equal to 20 plus V2. So V2 becomes 8 minus 20. So it is minus 12. So remember, UIs and VJs can be negative also, or it can be 0 also. So V2 is minus 12. So I will write minus 12 now here. So this calculation is also over. Now only remains to calculate V3 value. To calculate V3, in this column we can see only this one occupied cell. To calculate this, the cell 2, 3 is to be used. So cell 2, 3, the formula will be C23 is equal to U2 plus V3. What is C23? 40. What is U2? 60. So V2 is equal to, rather it is V3. V3 is equal to minus 20. By mistake it is written V2, but it is V3. So V3 is minus 20. So we have calculated the values of all shadow variables U1, U2, U3, V1, V2, V3, V4. So this step is over. Now the next step is to calculate the opportunity cost. We want to compute opportunity cost values, and this is to be done only for unoccupied cells. Means the cells having no yellow circles in simple language, or for each unoccupied cell we calculate the value of Dij using this particular formula. So remember the formula, Dij is equal to Cij minus into bracket Ui plus Vj. So first you have to add the two Ui and Vj values for the particular cell I comma j, and then subtract it from the cost value Cij. That will give the new cost Dij, which is known as opportunity cost. It gives some opportunity to improve the solution. Okay, so let us consider that table again, in which this is the initial basic feasible solution using yellow circles. These are the shadow variables. So now I will calculate the values of opportunity cost, that is Dij's, for the empty squares, means there is no yellow circle in it. So let us start with the first, this cell in which no yellow circle, or it is a non-basic variable cell or unoccupied cell. See, whenever I say unoccupied cell or non-basic variable cell or empty cell means without yellow circle, then it means everything is same, everything is equivalent or similar. So first I take the cell 1, 2. Okay, cell 1, 2, the formula for cell 1, 2 will be this: D12 is equal to C12 minus into bracket U1 plus V2. Now what is C12? 30. So it is 30 here. Then what is U1? We have calculated 10, and V2 minus 12. So 10 plus minus 12 first we have to obtain, that is minus 2, and this minus sign is also there. So minus minus plus 2, and it is added to 30. So it becomes 32. So D12, the opportunity cost value for this first unoccupied cell is 30, and this we write in the southeast corner in a square. Okay, so it is written 32 there. So first opportunity cost is calculated. Now I calculate the next opportunity cost, means in the cell this 50 cell, that is 1, 3. The step would be this: D13 is equal to because it is cell number 1 comma 3, first row third column. D13 is equal to C13 minus into bracket U1 plus V3. What is C13? 50. What is U1? 10. What is V3? It is minus 20. So 10 plus minus 20 is minus 10. Then again minus sign is there, so plus 10. It is added to 50, so plus 60. So D12 becomes 60. So we write it in the southeast corner here. This. So this is our second opportunity cost. Now how many cells are left? 1, 2, 3 and 4. Still we have to calculate 4 more opportunity cost. So now we go to the 70. This cell. This formula will be D21 is equal to C21 minus U2 plus V1, because it is the cell in the second row and first column. So say C21 is 70, U2 is 60 here, and V1 is 9. So 60 plus 9 is 69, 70 minus 69 is 1. So D21 is 1. So this value is 1. Now let us go to the cell D22. D22 is defined as C22 minus into bracket U2 plus V2. What is C22? It is this cost 30. What is U2? It is 60. V2 is minus 12. Okay. So 60 plus minus 12, that is 48, and 30 minus 48 is minus 18. So remember, we are getting now the negative cost value, minus 18 here. This is the negative cost value. So far we were getting only positive values. Okay. The now next step, it remains to calculate only this and this opportunity cost. So for this particular cell, that is in the third row and first column, the formula would be D31 is equal to C31 minus U3 plus V1. That is 40 minus into bracket 20 plus 9. As you can see, U3 is 20 here, V1 is 9, and C31, that is this cost value, is 40. 20 plus 9 is 29, and 40 minus 29 is 11. So it is calculated this way. And similarly, we calculate the last remaining opportunity cost D33 using the formula C33 minus U3 plus V3, which turns out to be what? 70. So we have completed our table after computation of this opportunity cost. Now using these cost values, opportunity cost values, we can decide whether this current solution, means this yellow circles, the basic variables, gives the optimum solution or not. And the condition for optimality of the transportation problem is this: if all Dij's are non-negative. What are Dij's? Those green values. So if all Dij's are greater than or equal to 0, then this current solution is optimum. Okay. But if one or more Dij's are negative, then the most negative, okay, that we will consider later. First you see in this, all Dij's are not positive. This particular Dij, which is minus 18, is negative. So it indicates that all Dij's are not greater than or equal to 0. So our next step is this: if all Dij's are not greater than 0, means one or more Dij is negative, that means it is not an optimum solution. In this case, we want to find a better solution or an improved solution. So we repeat this whole process. But for repeating this, one has to find a new basic variable, which I have to keep in this transportation table, and simultaneously I have to remove one particular basic variable from the table, because the number of basic variables or number of elements in the basis in a vector space must remain same, whatever basis you consider. Here, as you know, the number of basic variable is m plus n minus 1, that is 6, because our problem was 3 cross 4 type. So 3 plus 4 minus 1, that is 6. So to find out which variable out of this 6 variables, these 6 yellow circles, which variable should be removed, and for that important thing or important step, we need the concept of the loop. We start with the most negative cell. Here luckily we have only one negative cell, that is minus 18. As you can see, minus 18, it is blinking. So this minus 18 is the only negative mark cell, negative value cell. But suppose there are two or more negative, Suppose this is minus 60, then we would have to select minus 60, this particular cell. So we select the most negative value of Dij. Then we mark it with plus sign. Okay, so you can see on a screen that red plus circle is appearing, and we have marked that particular empty cell. It was empty cell. Why? Because it is a cell corresponding to non-basic variable. So we mark it with plus. Now, with starting with this particular cell, this particular red mark cell, plus cell, we have to form a loop. Loop is formed using the vertices as these basic variables, and the loop is a closed path, and it should whatever edges we select. Suppose if I join this and this, then I cannot find a loop, because I will not get, or I will not get that condition of the loop satisfied. So we always think of a path which makes a corner of the loop. So here I want to select the cell number 2. Remember, the loop will be unique, so we will always get a unique path. So here I select the cell number, this basic variable cell whose value is 2, and then you mark this cell with negative sign. So you mark it with minus. Remember, we have started with the most negative selected cell, which was minus 18. We marked it with plus sign. Then we selected this cell 2 and we marked it with negative sign. The next I select the next occupied cell 10 and we mark it with plus. Then next 8 we mark it with minus. So this process we do alternatively, plus, minus, plus, but start always with plus sign with the most negative unoccupied cell. Most negative unoccupied cell means the unoccupied cell having the most negative value of those Dij's. Okay, so it is marked with minus now and plus. You see again the first cell